wouldn't want to jump in the deep end with anyone else. I love you so much.
You don't always get married to your soulmate.
Stop, you making it obvious.
I'm going to be a broken record and say it. I remember during my reviews, ever since I saw Bowden and Marrissa, I kept saying Bowden was Marissa's person. I didn't feel like Ramses was a person, and I think I actually said that I felt he told her what she wanted to hear because he wanted to be on the show, and he's just proved me right. And then, did you notice something between the two sort of wedding ceremonies? If you look at the sort of the behavior, the body language of Ashley and Tyler, and you compare it to Gareth and Taylor, you can see that it seems like Ashley is just doing it just because she's been begged to do it. She doesn't seem to be emotionally there. And with Gareth and Taylor, it was more emotional. It was more connected. But anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love is Blind, Season 7, Episode 12. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I remember in the pods when Marrissa chose Ramses, I said this was a big mistake. I said she had a lot more in common with Bowden, and Bowden really seemed to empathize, understand, care, and was compassionate, and I felt he was the best partner. In my opinion, I don't think Ramses ever meant to go through with this marriage. I feel like Ramses saw himself in competition with Bowden and decided to tell Marrissa everything she needed to hear in order for her to pick him. And when she picked him, he then saw her, she was stunning, and so he went with it. And then when it got to wedding day, he changed his mind, and he was always going to change his mind. He was never going to say yes. That's my opinion, because of the conversations that they had. There's so many red flags. His opinion about the army, him wanting sex while she was on her monthlies, him being obsessed about her sort of coming up with ways of contraception that didn't involve him, and him sort of wanting to put her at risk by saying he didn't want to use protection because he felt it was better without protection. I knew from the moment she chose him that this was a mistake. So am I surprised that he called it off? No, I'm not. I think he was looking for an excuse, and he was buying time, and I think meeting her mom and hearing her mom sort of lay down the law cemented that for him, that, oh my God, I won't get away with as much as I wanted to get away. So he's been looking for an excuse, and finally he's found an excuse. Because for him to say he spoke to people and he's realized that, marriage is not something he wants to take lightly. You've been married before, buddy. You've been through a divorce. So you knew that before you came into the experiment. The idea that suddenly your opinion of marriage and your opinion of divorce has changed now that you've spoken to people, that's a lie. I'm going to call it for what it is. That's a lie. And I feel sorry for Marrissa, because I don't like to see someone crying. But Marissa is her own worst enemy. She was I don't want to say, what can I say? She saw a shiny object and ran for it because he told her his star sign, and that's what got her over the line. And she was so excited about this, exciting, amazing sex she was going to be having with this guy, and didn't stop to think of other qualities or compare the qualities that he had compared to her other connection. She ran with it, and now she's in this place of heartbreak, and it's devastating to watch her cry and to hear her talk about how painful it is. There is life after heartbreak. There is life after a breakup. But still, she should have listened to her guts. She should have not chosen this man because he was the star sign she thought it would be. And she shouldn't have chose someone on the basis of sex, because there's more to a relationship than sex. Because at the end of the day, his opinion on that topic told her everything she needed to hear. For him to say, I don't want to use protection because it doesn't feel the same as without protection. I feel better without protection. But she's telling you she can't use the pill because it affects her hormone levels and she doesn't want to do that. For him to judge her because she was served in the military, that should be enough to tell you that this ain't my person. I said this before, I'll say it again. Bowden was her person, and she walked past him because she saw the shiny object in front of her. He was someone who's empathetic in the sense that he ended up going to war for his country of birth because he felt he had the tools and the skills needed. He understood her. He was there for her. But she ran for the shiny object. And I'm sorry, but I feel this is she's been saved by this man, because otherwise he would have dragged her for years and then divorced her down the line. So she's better off not having married him. Yes, it's devastating to watch yourself go through heartbreak on international TV, but at the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I hope she has a Zack and Bliss moment. I hope she sort of kindles with Bowden, because I think Bowden is her person, and they can, have a better relationship and a better future. I know they hosted a viewing party, so I assume she and Bowden are on good terms. I don't know whether they're dating or they're just friends, but I think Bowden is her person. This Ramses was never her person. He was just there to be on TV, as far as I'm concerned. So you have the Bachelor and Bachelorette parties, and the last two standing are Ashley and Tyler, and Gareth and Taylor. What do I think? I think Ashley and Tyler should have pulled out. I think they should have pulled out, and I'm surprised they're still going with it. So you have the Bachelorette and Bachelor party. The guys go to a basketball game, and this always seems to happen on Love is Blind, because the guys always get the better end of the bachelor party, and the girls will get something that's sort of just thrown together. It was nice to see that they sort of had an indoor camping theme for them. It was cute. There was some, some artsy stuff where they could make some beads and stuff, so that was cute. But still, the guys got the better end of the stick, and this has happened since season 2 when I've watched it. What do I think? For Ashley to say, she's you had Taylor sort of say that they are very strong women, herself and Ashley. They've been very best friends in the pods, and if anything had come up, they would have said no. And it's like, this girl has just found out this man has got 3 children, and she's still going through this wedding. What do you mean that she's a strong woman? I don't get it. And I've seen 1 or 2 comments where she's sort of been defending him on TikTok, and I don't know. I really don't know what else she needs, because this is too messy. I don't know whether she's even discussed it with the other pod squad in regards. Yeah, she did tell them he had 3 children, but I don't know whether Ashley bothered to investigate or to meet the children first before the wedding day, or whether she was so head over heels that she's decided that this is what she's doing. You have the guys there at the basketball game. They're really excited and happy, and Tyler, for him to say, oh, I never saw myself having this type of bachelor party, blah, blah, blah. It's like, Tyler, keep quiet. Keep quiet. I really have gone off him. I used to call them Christian Mingle, but for me, I don't know. I have a bad taste in my mouth. I can't wait to see the reunion and see where they are. So, Ashley and Tyler, I have reservations. I think because of all that's come out, this is why I was hesitant to watch the show. What do I think? I think they are both in love with the idea of love. They're both in love with the idea of marriage, according to what Ashley is saying, because she's dreamed of getting married since she was a little girl. She's dreamed of the type of relationship she's wanted. She says her intuition always leads her gut always leads her to make the right decisions. And it's like, this gut needs to be checked. I always believe in following your intuition, but in this case, if someone tells me they have 3 children that they've had with someone through a sperm donation, the same person, I would want to speak to that person first before I walk down the aisle and commit myself to somebody. The fact that she says, oh, he loves me enough to jump out of the aeroplane, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough, because it seems there's a lot of lies that have been told, and those lies have not been addressed because people are in love with the idea of getting married, and they're in love with the idea of the person that they feel they found. She said she struggled to find a good guy, and Tyler is a good guy because otherwise everybody else is clearance material. And it's like, what sort of guys are you dating? What sort of people are you looking into? Maybe question yourself that, what qualities am I looking for in a partner? Because you are meeting Tyler's representative. Tyler's sold you the idea of the man that he is. And with all the noise that has come out after the show has been released, I don't know how she can continue to stay in that marriage. And he is saying to his friends, he's ready for marriage, and she wants children in a year's time. And it's like, he's talking about children and wanting children with this woman. Why did none of his friends ask him about his other 3 children? Was that cut out, or did he tell them not to bring it up? Even when his mom came up, she never addressed the other children. She never addressed, oh, this is what you've always wanted. You've given of yourself. Now it's your time to sort of be happy. And it's like, I get he wants to be happy. I get he needs to be happy. But at the same time, there is a lot of questions in people's minds that are, as the mother, maybe she spoke to him off camera, but the way the family are making it seem like there's nothing wrong there, like there's no big massive elephant in the room doesn't make sense to me. Tyler's got a whole nother family, and everybody has forgotten about that family because of the fact that Tyler's happy and Ashley is it for him. This is a marriage based on a lie. It's a marriage based on a lie. I would have been happy for her had none of this come out. But because this is, in my opinion, the biggest scandal in the history of Love is Blind, I think it surpasses SK's issues. Because SK, yes, he was a villain, but he didn't have a family. He was dating here, there, and everywhere, but he didn't have a whole family sitting somewhere waiting for him to come back home once the experiment is over. So I don't know. The fact that Ashley was sort of talking about her dad coming and her healing with her dad, and she's sort of comparing her future husband to her dad, it's like maybe your future husband is actually worse than your dad. Yes, she said she's healed, she's taken qualities from her granddad that she liked, and this is what she's looked for in a partner. No, I believe people should look for what they feel they want for themselves, them for inspiration, but don't always be biased by that, because you only get to see a snippet of that relationship. You don't get to see the whole 360 of the relationship because you're not with them all the time. For Tyler to say his dad is not coming and his grandma and his mama are happy that he's not coming, even Tyler's happy he's not coming, and it's like, I think this section, if he's a dying man, this section should have been cut out. You didn't need to be that spiteful. You didn't need to. That has nothing to do with your day. If this is your day, you're happy to be married, you didn't want him to be there, you don't need to mention him. And you don't need to mention the fact that he's dying and the fact that you're happy that he's not coming. That was unnecessary. You have Ashley's dad come to walk her down the aisle because she said he would walk her down the aisle to her mum, and then her mum would hand her over to Tyler. And so the dancing girls, I didn't quite understand that. That's not my jam, so I don't know. It looks cute, but hey, it is what it is. And so I get what her dad was saying. I think he has buyer's remorse in how he handled his relationship with her mum, because he's sort of saying to her, you know, relationships are not easy going every day, but always bear in mind that after the storm comes sunshine, more or less. So always remember that even when things are bad, always know that something good is about to come. So always focus on that. And I get it. It would be fine if there was not this much baggage, this whole container load of baggage that's standing behind Taylor. And it would have been cute and amazing had all this stuff that has come out about him not come out. Ashley, I feel, is in love with the idea of marriage. I think she's in love with the idea of marriage. I don't know whether she truly loves this man, but it comes across in everything she says, even in her vows. It came across as she's in love with the idea of marriage, this idea of a fairy tale, meeting a Prince Charming, getting to walk down the aisle and say she's married. Even when they got married after their vows, it was interesting that they both went to hug and kiss their families before they hugged and kissed each other. I don't know whether I was the one who saw that, because yes, they came down holding hands and then they were standing there apart awkwardly, and then suddenly they went to hug their families. And it's like, I would have expected them to continue to hold hands even when they came down the step and they were waiting to jump the broom. That awkwardness, I didn't quite get it. I don't know whether Netflix has begged them to go through with this marriage so that they at least have more than one couple say I do or walk down the aisle. I still don't get why they both said yes. I still don't get why they both said yes. And they keep having these conversations of, oh, we can't wait for days to turn into months and then for us to have children. And it's like, you keep talking about children, but you're not talking about his children from his previous sort of situation. We don't know the actual facts, whether what the ex friend or ex-wife have said, whether it's true or whether it's not. I know there's Tyler's version, there's the Bree's version or Bry's version, and then there's the ex-wife's version, and then there's the truth in the middle. The truth is somewhere in between that sort of triangle. And so for me, I have no opinion about this marriage. I really have checked out. I haven't gotten an opinion. It would have been cute without everything else, but now knowing or hearing snippets of what has been going on in the background, I'm indifferent. I've never been indifferent to a marriage on Love is Blind. I've either been for or against, and this one I couldn't care less. I'm sorry to say. I feel sorry for Ashley if she doesn't know what she's getting herself into, but if she's fully gone into this, knowing exactly what baggage this man comes with, then it's going to be a tough road for her. It really is. Next up is Geek Squad. Gareth and Taylor have given me the feels this season. Sadly, I did like Ashley and Taylor until the rumors started coming out. And also, my other favorite couple was Tim and Alex, but sadly, that turned out that way. I would have loved Marrissa and Bowden. I think they would have been another great couple had she said yes to him. So you have Gareth and Taylor. Gareth and Taylor, one thing about them is they've always been rational thinkers. They've always sort of logically, I think at times it looks like they actually take their feelings, put them aside, take their physical body, put it aside, and then look at the situation and analyze every point. Yes, we love each other. Yes, we're aligned on this. Yes, we see this as our future, but does it make sense? Which is something that I love about the two of them. And they've been honest. They haven't said to each other, okay, because you said you will marry me and I said I will marry you, so we're committed and this is it. There's no changing your mind. No, they've always checked in with each other, and they've always made sure that when they speak to their family, they let their family know that we're not 100% locked in. We're taking it day by day. We're analyzing situation by situation, but we know that this is our person because we are aligned on a lot of things. And because we feel like this is our person, we want to make sure that we do what is not only in our best interest, but in the best interest of our person, which is amazing. I really love that about them as a couple. So you have Taylor's mom come through because they were very hesitant at first. And I said this in my last review that meeting Gareth changed their opinion about the whole process, because the way that her mom was there and was very supportive, she brought a hanky from it was a little bonnet from when Taylor was born, which she had saved to give to Taylor on her wedding as something old. And the dad went and had a moment with Gareth, and you can tell that Tyler's dad has fallen in love with Gareth. You can tell, and you can tell that he loves his wife very much, because Gareth was, can you help me with my bow tie? And you were saying, oh, I wish Fong was here, this is what she's good at doing. And at first I was like, why is Gareth's dad talking about his Gareth's mother-in-law to be? And then I realized, no, it's actually Tyler's dad. And so I love the fact that they had a conversation. He did reassure him that I will look after your daughter, I'll do the ABCD, which was amazing to see. And also that reassured the dad, and then the dad sort of gave him credit and sort of showed his appreciation for the man that Gareth is, and that was sweet. That was really sweet to watch. And it's interesting that Gareth's mom and dad and Taylor's mom and dad were both married on the same date that Gareth and Taylor are getting married, which they said is a sure sign. When Gareth's parents came, that was sweet, because they say, yes, they understand this has moved very fast and they're very anxious about it. But at the end of the day, Gareth is not one to just make decisions lightly. He is very analytical. And because of that, they trust him, and they trust that he's actually put a lot of thought into this. And this is a very good turnaround from where they were, because I think seeing Taylor, they were anxious. I don't know why they were anxious. I know some people were sort of saying, oh, maybe it's because, she's of mixed race and stuff. I don't think that was it. I think they were just worried that why is, our son getting married too quickly? And any parent would be right to say so, unless they did say something else. But at the first meetup, I didn't see anything that was off that would have made me question. You then have Taylor with her parents. They're excited as well. They're happy for her to be getting married. They recognize the significance on her getting married on their wedding date. I don't know whether it's the same month, but the wedding date, which was cute that both sort of sets of parents appreciated that. And so I can't wait for them to exchange vows. With Gareth and Taylor, they got married in Gareth and Taylor style. They really did. In the sense that it was cute. Her brother walked her mum down the aisle, and then Gareth walked his mum down the aisle, and then Taylor was walked down by her dad. And it was all very emotional, all very connected, in the sense that, you could tell that there was a lot of love in the room, regardless of the fact that his parents had reservations prior to him sort of getting married. And even their vows, they did them in Geek Squad style, in the sense that Gareth had notes and sort of pointers as to why he was choosing to do this. It was cute. It was really cute. This was a service. This was a proper marriage service, and I will bet anything that they're still married, because you can tell that they're really in love and their family has come to acceptance that these people love each other and this is the way it's going to be, and there's nothing we can say or do to change it. Even when they walked into their reception, the way they couldn't, let go of each other. They were so excited, they were kissing, they were hugging, and they were really happy to be there. Whereas with Ashley and Tyler, I think they just went through it just because they were asked to do it. Because never once, outside of kissing to say you can kiss your bride, did I see them kiss. Never once did I see them cuddle like they're deeply and hopelessly in love, which makes me believe that Ashley went through this because she must have been promised something by production in order to go through this. Go back and watch the reception and watch how they entered the reception and compare it to how Ashley and Gareth entered the reception, and then also look at the way they behaved during the wedding and soon after saying their vows. You can see that something is not right. Something is definitely not right. I can't wait to see the reunion. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 11. Bye guys. I'm going to be a broken record and say it. I remember during my reviews, ever since I saw Bowden and Marrissa, I kept saying Bowden was Marissa's person. I didn't feel like Ramses was a person, and I think I actually said that I felt he told her what she wanted to hear because he wanted to be on the show, and he's just proved me right. And then, did you notice something between the two sort of wedding ceremonies? If you look at the sort of the behavior, the body language of Ashley and Tyler, and you compare it to Gareth and Taylor, you can see that it seems like Ashley is just doing it just because she's been begged to do it. She doesn't seem to be emotionally there. And with Gareth and Taylor, it was more emotional, it was more connected. But anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love is Blind, Season 7, Episode 12.